Hello and welcome to the Federal. It's now 3 days since Pakistan began its escalation, the attacks at India. India has been responding to these attacks. These attacks started as Pakistan's response to Operation Sindoor, which the Indian government, the Indian army, had launched at Pakistan as a response to the Pahalgam terror attack of April 22. Operation Sindoor happened in the early hours of May 7, and ever since there have been counterstrikes, attacks, escalations by Pakistan to which the Indian side has been responding. Now, last night, the intervening night of 8th and 9th of May saw over the last 3 days perhaps the highest levels of escalation as per the Ministry of External Affairs, as per the Indian Army, the Indian government. The entire western border of India, the border we share with Pakistan, from Rajasthan and Punjab upwards to Jammu and Kashmir. The entire western border had come under attack from Pakistan, or rather, one can say attempted attacks, because the MEA, which just finished its briefing just about half an hour, 45 minutes ago, has said that every attempt by the Pakistani side to either infiltrate through its missiles, its drones into the Indian space, and to target Indian military as well as civilian establishments, every such attempt was foiled. There are a few key things which the MEA has explained, has given out, because you would understand that there has been a fog of misinformation ever since these escalations began. And so it is at times very difficult to see fact from fiction, and to see what is genuine information, what is fake, misleading information. So we are going to bring to you only what the the government, the MEA, the armed forces have confirmed. We do not wish to speculate and to add to that noise. So what has the MEA revealed today? There are few key points. One, that the entire western border with Pakistan had come under attack. There were 36 specific locations at which the missiles, the artillery fire, heavy artillery fire, and the drones from Pakistan had been directed. As many as 300 to 400 drones is what the armed forces and the MEA are saying was the number of drones that came from Pakistan. All of them, the Foreign Secretary and along with Colonel Sofia Qureshi, as well as Wing Commander Vyomika Singh, told us short while ago that all of these drones were neutralized. Several of these drones were armed drones. Others were surveillance drones aimed at finding the locations of, mapping the locations of the Indian defense systems. And each of these was brought down. Several of the drones which have been seized by the Indian military establishment, they are now under forensic investigations. These are Turkish made drones, which the Foreign Secretary has told us. And so now that's the official picture. 36 locations that were targeted. These were along the Jammu, Kashmir, Punjab, Rajasthan international borders with Pakistan. 300 to 400 drones that had come into the Indian space, and all of them were neutralized. The other aspect that the MEA dealt with today was also that the while all of this, as you would know, a lot of this happened in the late hours of the night, and starting with Jammu, where sirens went off shortly after 9 o'clock at night, and then there were uh, you know projectiles, drones that were seen. We brought you those details last night. So from there on till almost after a break at around 1:30 at night, it resumed again at around 4:30 in the early hours, went on for another 1 hour. So during this period of intense activity, because there was also a retaliatory measures that had been launched by the Indian Armed Forces directed towards Pakistan. Through this entire period, the MEA has said the Pakistani civil air space was kept open between Karachi and Lahore. What does that mean? It essentially means that civil airlines, passenger traffic, domestic passenger traffic, international passenger traffic, those airlines continued to operate. And the claim by the Indian side, by our Ministry of External Affairs, by the armed forces, is that Pakistan is using civil airliners as a shield. It's a very strong allegation, and but that's been made by the MEA. We've seen the Pakistan side making many allegations towards the Indian side. All of those were refuted today. One of those allegations from the Pakistani military establishment as well as the government was that India was targeting its own religious structures, particularly religious structures of the Sikhs and the Christians. Uh, there have been instances since yesterday and this morning during this crossfire of a Gurdwara in Poonch in JNK being destroyed, a Carmelite institute, a church being destroyed, and Pakistan had been claiming that these were all destroyed by the Indian military establishment. They were striking their own. The MEA has very strongly rebutted those allegations and said that there is enough evidence to prove that this was not the case. These were drone strikes or projectiles, missiles, UAVs that came, and artillery fire that came from Pakistan. The MEA has also admitted that unfortunately in the artillery crossfire last night, there were also Indian defense personnel who were injured, uh, and there were some losses that were sustained by some of our military areas, but not any to our establishments, military establishments. The other important point that has been shared with us today by the government is that the from the from the Pakistani side, these escalations that have happened uh, over the last 3 days are not only meant to target the military establishments to detect our defense systems, but also specifically aimed at targeting civilian areas, which was evident last night when areas in Poonch, in Jammu, in Jaisalmer, uh, Uri, Mendar, Rajouri, Akhnur, Udhampur, Tangdhar uh, came under heavy artillery fire. Uh, there's The other aspect that has also been shared by the MEA is that the Kartarpur Corridor, which you would know was a religious corridor that had opened between the Punjab Punjab province of Pakistan and of India. The Kartarpur corridor has been suspended. The services there have been suspended until further notice in view of the ongoing situation. These are all developments that have happened over the last uh, 24 hours, which the MEA has shared. Uh, Aside from these, our intention is only to bring to you what information we are able to verify. The position of the Indian military establishment, as well as the Indian government, the MEA, we are relaying to you based on what we are told by the government. Situation on the ground, we are verifying and bringing to you whatever inputs we've been able to verify in terms of civilian activity or in terms of casualties that may have happened, civilian casualties that may have happened during this artillery crossfire. So last night there we did bring you information about what had been going on. The locals in places like Jammu, Akhnur sector, Samba sector. These are areas which did witness very, very heavy artillery crossfire, drone intrusions, UAV intrusions. There have been reports of casualties from Punch. Punch has so far, and this is something that we've verified, the government has also confirmed, has been one of the worst hit in these ceasefire violations by Pakistan. The heaviest casualties of civilians have been reported from Poonch as of now. Uh, the situation, as we all know, is still an evolving one. Uh, an appeal to those who tune in to the Federal for information. Please do not believe everything that is being put out, even on uh, mainstream media platforms, television news channels, or specifically on social media platforms, unless and until there is verifiable information. Uh, because it only adds to the noise, it only adds to panic. So, uh, you know, do verify in whatever way you can the information that you are accessing. The federal, of course, will try to keep bringing you whatever credible information we are able to put together, be it from the government side or from the side of the civilians, from after speaking to people who are in these affected areas. Uh, but do keep listening in to these updates that we bring to you from the Fed.